Hello students, let's learn that how refraction of light takes place through a glass prism. So in our previous classes, we have learned that how light gets refracted through a rectangular glass slab. As we have seen, our glass slab looks like this, right? So we can see here we have the parallel refracting surfaces in this glass slab, right? Okay, so what happens when we incident a ray of light through one face of this glass slab, it get refracted inside it and came out like this, right? So this is our incident beam of light and this is our emergent beam of light, emergent ray of light or beam of light. Okay, so we can see here the emergent ray is parallel to the incident ray. Why? Because it is having the parallel refracting surfaces. But here we can see it is slightly displaced laterally, right? But in case of glass prism, let's see what happens. So we can see the structure of the glass slab is like this. We have two triangular bases and three rectangular lateral surfaces in this glass prism. We can see this is our two triangular bases and three lateral rectangular surfaces. This is the one, the second is here, and the third one is in the base, right? So this is the structure of the glass prism. So we can see these surfaces are inclined to each other, right? So we can get here the angle between two lateral surfaces. Here we can see as the angle of prism. So we can do the activity where we will incident a beam of light like this through one face of this glass prism. Then when it enters through it, it get refracted inside this, and when it is coming out as the emergent beam, it came out like this, it comes out like this. Okay, so for with the help of this, what we will get, we will get the angle of incidence. Here we can see angle of refraction, this one, angle of emergence, this is the angle of emergence, and the angle of deviation, and here we have seen the angle of prism. So how we are getting these? Let's see. Here when we are incidenting a beam of light through the one face of this rectangular, this is triangular glass prism, we can draw a normal with respect to the incident beam. We will get here the angle of incidence, and here we are getting the angle of refraction. And again we will draw the normal with respect to the emergent beam. We will get the angle of emergence. Again this angle of refraction would be same. When we continuously draw the dotted line like this inside this glass prism and the incident beam like this inside the glass prism, we will get the intersecting point here, and we will get the angle of deviation. And the angle between two lateral surfaces, we are getting the angle of prism. This is how we can get the angle of incidence, angle of refraction, angle of emergence, and the angle of deviation. And this incident, with the help of our incident beam and emergent beam, we are getting all these things. But now we can see here in the glass slab, rectangular glass slab, and the prism, it is having a difference. As we can see, the glass slab having the parallel refracting surfaces. In this image we can see it is having the parallel refracting surfaces, right? And in the glass prism it has the inclined surfaces, right, which is having the triangular bases, which are 2 and 3 rectangular lateral surfaces. Okay, so prism the is that structure which is having two triangular bases and 3 rectangular faces. Okay, and angle of prism we will get between two lateral surfaces, that is angle of prism. And angle of deviation is the angle between the incident ray and the emergent ray, is known as angle of deviation. As we can see here, this is our angle of deviation. Let's move towards the next concept, that is dispersion of white light by a glass prism. Now with the help of this diagram, what we are observing, we can see with the labeling that it is shown that this is a white light which gets incident to the one face of the glass prism, then it get refracted through when passing through this glass prism and coming out as the spectrum, where we are getting a band of colors, right? So what is this happening? This is a kind of phenomena which we are learning here. So this is a phenomena where we can see the splitting of white light into its 7 constituent colors when it passes through a glass prism. So this is known as our dispersion of white light. Okay, so as we can see in this image, we have the 7 different colors we are getting, right? So these various colors are seen as violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Okay, to remember these sequence of colors, we gave a term that is Vibgyor to this, so that we can easily learn this name. Okay, so the band of 7 different colors is known as the spectrum. And also with the help of this image, we have observed that different component of color having the different banding of angle, right? They are banding with their different angle as with respect to the incident angle. Okay, and with respect to this, we can see the violet light bends the least and the red light bends the most. Here we can see this is the white light get incident on the one face of the glass prism, then it get refracted through the glass prism and coming out like this, right, as emergent beams. So the red light is bending the most and white light bends the least. Okay, so why this is happening, we will discuss it later. Till then, just think about this. So we have seen here, this is the that white light is a combination of 7 different colors. They are violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange and red. Okay, so what is monochromatic light? In the previous topic, that is the refraction of light through a glass prism, we have seen that a incident beam of light was falling on the one face of the glass prism and getting refracted through the glass prism while passing through the glass prism, and an emergent beam was coming, right? So which light was we were using in that case? We were using a monochromatic light. That means mono means single color. Okay, mono means single. So the light consisting of a single color, then it would have the same wavelength. So this kind of light is known as monochromatic light. Example, we can see sodium light. Next is our polychromatic light. So which is our polychromatic light? A light which having more than 2 colors. Means if they have the more than 2 colors, means they have different wavelengths. Each color would have their own wavelength. So in the dispersion of white light by a glass prism, we have observed that red color was bends the most and violet color bends the least, right? So this is why, this is because of their particular individual wavelengths. So this kind of light consisting of more than 2 colors have the different wavelengths is known as polychromatic light. Example was, we have seen white light, right? So let's see here the more difference between the monochromatic and polychromatic light. So as we have seen that monochromatic light consists of the single color, means have the single wavelength, right? So here this is the wave we can see which is similar, and here different colors we can see, that means it have the different wavelengths. Now I'm talking about wavelength here. So what is wavelength? Wavelength is the special period of a periodic wave, which can be a traveling wave or the standing wave. Okay, so this is the distance between two corresponding points of same phase on the wave. It can be two adjacent crests, it can be two adjacent rows, or it can be the zero crossing. Here we can see the crest, the zero crossing and the two adjacent rows. So this gives the wavelength for the particular light. For more understanding of monochromatic and polychromatic light, we can see this is our incident beam, and here it is having the single color, means the single wavelength. It will give the same diffracted beam, okay, and have the same diffracting angle as well. And for polychromatic light, we can see it would have the multiple colors, so it would have multi diffracted beams. Okay, now let's move towards the next topic, that is recombination of white light. So what happened in this? our great scientist, that is Isaac Newton, have found that if he will put an inverted prism in place of in the path of the dispersed light, then after passing through the prism they get combined to form the white light. Now let's see how this happened. First of all, he did the experiment, that was the dispersion of white light through a glass prism, where we have seen and discussed about that what is our dispersion of white light by the glass prism. We incident a beam of light, that is the white light, towards the one face of the prism. It get refracted and pass through the prism and gives us the VIBGYOR, right, a spectrum of colors. Then what he did, he put the inverted position of prism, okay, with respect to the first prism. Then what happened, these 7 colors fall down on the one face of this inverted prism and get emerged as the white light through the second side of the prism or the second face of the prism. We can see with the help of this diagram or the figure that this is the white light get incident on this first prism, right? It get refracted inside this prism, and we can see this is the spectrum we are getting, and it get incident on this inverted prism, on the one face of this inverted prism. Again it get refracted and get constituted and emerged as the single light, that is our white light, from the other side of the second prism, right? So what he observed in this experiment, that the sunlight is made up of 7 colors, and this leads us to the conclusion that any light that gives a spectrum similar to that of sunlight is often referred to as a white light. Okay, so this was the experiment, that is recombination of the prism or recombination of the spectrum of white light with the help of the inverted prism experiment. So again, with the help of this diagram, we can see this is our source. Suppose we have sun, and this is the incident beam of light coming getting incident on the one face of the prism. It get refracted inside this, and 7 band of colors we are getting. This is the red color which is bending the most, and this is violet color which is bending the least, and get incident on the one face of this inverted prism, get refracted, and the emerging ray, as we can see, is the white light, again becomes the becomes same as the source, that is our sunlight. Okay, so let's move further. You have observed a natural spectrum in your daily life, not daily but after the rain shower. You have observed in the sky that a rainbow, that is our natural spectrum, appears, right? So how this appears, let's see. So it is rainbow, we can say, the spectrum of sunlight in nature. It is formed due to the dispersion of sunlight by the tiny droplets which acts like the small prism present in our atmosphere. Here we can see with the help of these images that this is our rainbow, right? Now how this formation of rainbow takes place, we can see the water droplets which acts like the small prism in the atmosphere, they refract and disperse the incident sunlight in between them. They get totally internally reflected and finally get refract it again and get dispersed as the rainbow, or gives us the spectrum of 7 colors which we observe in the sky, right? And also red color appears at the top and violet color appears at the bottom. Now we can see the rainbow is always formed in the direction that is opposite to that of sun. How this happens, we can see with the help of this diagram. Here this is our sunlight, this is the white light get incident on a single droplet, we can see a part, and it get refracted inside this and dispersed as the 7 colors. This is the red light getting internally reflected and coming out from the other surface or the face from of this particular droplet, and this is the another color, that is violet at the bottom, we can see. So here A is representing the refraction and dispersion taking place in this small prism which is our droplet, at B the total internal reflection taking place, and at C the refraction and dispersion taking place on the other side of this droplet. So colorful diagram we can see here these are the sun rays which are opposite to this rainbow, and these are the small droplets we can see acts like the prism and giving us a constituent formation of the spectrum, which we can see. This is us, we can observe that this happens, and we observe this rainbow. Now this total internal reflection we can see, so it is having a little characteristic of mirror also. So internally what happens, it gets reflected like this, and from the other surfaces is it emerged out as the seven color of band like this. Here this is the red color in the top and violet color in the bottom. So this is how we observe the natural phenomena in our atmosphere as the rainbow. Isn't it interesting? Now I hope you got the concept of rainbow and dispersion of light and the refraction through the glass prism. Okay, thank you.